I remembered this time. I set myself some alarms so that I would remember. And I'm currently apparently in the abyss. I didn't realize it would be this dark in my room.
Got the white shirt on, so it's just like reflecting, but you got that mysterious look going on right now.
Yeah.
We got lots to talk about today. There's been so much going on. I think we should probably start with the most pressing Canucks news, as you are nucksmemes. What was your initial response when you found out that Adam Foote is now the head coach of the Vancouver Canucks?
It's kind of been, my opinion on it has been changing throughout the day. First off, I was sad because I wanted Malhotra to get it. I mean, he's done a great job in Abbotsford. He's a young coach. He could help our younger guys, maybe make it so we actually score goals, whereas Foote is going to make us even more defensive. I wrote about it in a Canucks Chronicles article. Our defensive structure was insane under Rick Tuckett, who was a high-scoring forward. What is it going to be under Adam Foote, who was a defensive defenseman? It's just going to be, it might be unwatchable, but it could also work. I don't know really how to feel about it yet, and I'm willing to give him the benefit of the doubt. Because, there are other things that have to change within the organization too before we can get to the regular season. I'm not going to judge it too harshly, but I do think there were better options, though Quinn Hughes is happy, so, I can't hate on it too much.
Is Quinn Hughes becoming LeBron?
He's kind of the GM now. He's as much of the GM as Patrick Alvin is, because we all know it's Jim Rutherford pulling all the strings behind the scenes anyway.
Is there just with this Canucks teams, does it sometimes just feel like there's 6 different puppet masters and everyone's pulling the marionette in a bunch of different directions?
That's exactly what it feels like, and it is so, so sad. And I hate that Francesco Aquilini is one of them that gets to pull those strings. He actually has all the authority to pull those strings too, which is not too fun. Not too fun.
No, because I feel like maybe he's controlling the puppets who are controlling the main puppet. I don't know. It's getting really complicated with this marionette metaphor here.
It's already hard enough to understand what's happening in the Canucks organization without bringing all these strings into it.
So does it, that would be the question that I have for you. Does it make it all worthwhile? If this is a move to appease Hughes, are you in it? Or are you just worried that Hughes is going to end up losing these next 2 seasons because Adam Foote's the head coach and then walking away, even though we gave him the coach that he wanted?
Yeah, that's definitely part of it. I don't think there's any way Adam Foote is the head coach of the team if Quinn Hughes doesn't exist. So you're kind of making this play, doing whatever you can to have Quinn Hughes be happy, but he gets to choose where he wants to go. And that might not be Vancouver. That's probably New Jersey anyway, especially if we keep losing. So, although he likes Adam Foote, he said Adam Foote is the best coach he's ever had. Is he going to be happier losing under Adam Foote or winning under another coach? That's an interesting concept, but maybe we can win under Adam Foote. I still don't know if winning under Adam Foote is enough to keep Quinn. That's kind of what I'm worried about.
I wonder if an addition of another assistant coach, someone who has got a bit of an offensive guru vibe to him, would be the perfect addition to our team. Would that be enough to maybe make you satisfied with the Canucks coaching situation moving into next season?
I definitely think they have to add someone who's a little bit more experienced on the coaching staff, because right now they have a bunch of people who are kind of dipping their toes in. They need someone who's established to hire as an assistant so that, they can understand how to work on the offense, because oh my God, it was so tough to watch this season. Just scoring 1-2 goals a game, you're not going to win that way. So I do think we need some experience on the coaching staff, though I am happy we didn't go to the coaching carousel for our head coach. Because I'm sick of it. I'm sick of seeing the same old guys.
Just happy we didn't get old Coach Q coming in, eh?
Oh boy, yeah, him or I was scared of Laviolette.
Yeah,
Laviolette's been around for so long. He's never won anything. How does he keep getting these jobs? Or Torts.
So I wanted to ask you a little bit about your Pacific podcast or Pacific Perspective podcasts that you do. And you actually, for people who don't know, you're doing it with one of your buddies, Xavier, who is an Oilers fan. So have you been finding lately it's harder and harder to deal with him because of his team in the playoffs winning games?
It would be really fun if the Oilers could lose and then I could do an episode where I can just make fun of him all the time. But I don't know. I think it's at least nice that one of us has something going on, because if it's just two random guys talking about teams that they don't have any stake in, then it's kind of like, why are we even listening to this? So there's some silver lining to it, but I don't I can't even describe how annoying he has been in the group chat. Like, no matter what happens, no matter what the refs call, he's always in the group chat saying like, "Oh yeah, the fix is in. They want Vegas. They want a game 7 in Vegas." Every time, I'm not kidding. The way he presents himself on the podcast and on his Instagram account is exactly the way he really is. That is his true self.
Probably makes it easier for him. He doesn't have to like act or anything. He just like puts himself out into the universe.
I think some people think he's playing a character. I can assure you, he is not playing a character. That is him.
But you got him complaining about the refereeing. I was going to ask you about that too. Through the playoffs, there's been some interesting debates on some of the calls. You know, even in the series that we're watching right now, Leafs versus Panthers, a couple other different series. People are saying, you know, obviously the Panthers are getting away with murder. Have you been noticing the same kind of thing, or would you agree with that assessment of the officiating in the playoffs so far?
I've had some issues with it. Not just on the officiating, either on the Department of Player Safety, because there are a lot of things that Florida's gotten away with without a fine or suspension or anything that's like I don't understand how they could get away with that. I think people are being too hard on the refs. I know like Jets fans specifically have been so mad about the refs, especially in the series against Dallas. That one goal where it was kicked, but then Hellebuck put it in his own net, like that's the one that they have particularly gone after, which like it's surprising to me because I feel like the refs explained it in their call pretty well. They were like, the Dallas player kicked it, but the Winnipeg goalie hit it into his own net. It's not allowed to deflect off the goalie, but he puts it in his own net. Like that's more than a deflection. He swipes it in. So I think that the NHL refs have a tough job.
Mm-hmm.
They do make mistakes, but I don't think they've been as bad as people want to think they have been. And if you want to see bad officiating, just watch MLB baseball. Oh my God! Oh, the umpires missed like over 1,000 calls because it's always up to them, the balls and strikes. Holy! The NHL really, in terms of officiating, might be the best of the top, major four North American sports.
Yeah, I mean, I'm an NFL fan too. I cheer for the 49ers, and obviously we all hate the Chiefs because it seems like they always got the calls. They finally didn't get any calls this year, and suddenly they lost the Super Bowl. So maybe we win that one.
Thank goodness. That was a beautiful, beautiful day.
Well, yeah, and you said too the officiating, obviously in the NHL, it's such a fast game. It's like it is the fastest game in the whole world. Do you think it's gotten harder now because it feels like embellishment is becoming an issue in the league? And you saw that example today, like. I always call him Keith Kachuk. Matthew Kachuk gets a little tap on the top of his arm, and suddenly he's shaking out his hand like he had it cut off, and gets the call. Is it making it more difficult for the refs when all these players are snapping their heads back every time a stick gets close to their face?
It definitely is difficult, and sometimes like it's hard to tell if the stick actually does hit the face or not. The thing that's funny about embellishment, I feel like it's only ever called a penalty when it's not embellishment. Like so many times throughout the regular season, there would be an embellishment call, and it's like the dude genuinely got a stick to the nuts. Like it's crazy. But yeah, no, like for the players themselves, like you got to do what you got to do to make the team win. It's not really a respectable move to make, but you can understand why they do it. You can understand why the refs miss it. But yeah, it is a bit of a problem, and the refs aren't as good at calling embellishment as you would want them to be, because is what would take away that problem. I mean, the NBA just added the rules against diving, but I guess that still hasn't stopped that, because wow, that league is not great with the dives.
And that one, yeah, in the NBA, it seems like they're getting worse every year too.
Yeah. SGA at the line for 2.
Well, hopefully Quinn Hughes doesn't turn into that level of LeBron.
Yeah, no, I have faith in him. He's quiet. He plays his game. I don't see him diving. I think he's a good kid.
So one thing we've been doing, as you mentioned, the Canucks are obviously not in the playoffs. So one thing we have been doing is keeping track of all the different former Vancouver Canucks that are playing on other teams. in tonight's game, there's 4 defensemen that played for the Canucks playing. Is there a player that you are still upset the Canucks let go that is currently playing in the playoffs?
Currently playing, the one that I would think first of all is Vasily Podkolzin, and I don't know if that's been a popular answer for you so far. But I think like Podkolzin fits exactly what the Canucks team needed. He's a young guy. He's very, very good defensively. Plus, he can add some scoring. Is he ever a really 10th overall pick quality? No. But could he be like a third line, maybe even someone you slot up higher up in the lineup for the Canucks? Yes. We were retooling in the middle of the season, getting younger players. He's exactly what we needed. We traded him to Edmonton to make space for Daniel Sprong, who played 9 games with us and didn't fit anything that was happening at all. So I will always cheer for Podkolzin, even though he's an Oiler. I've been happy to see him succeed. He's been having a good playoff so far. I don't understand that decision at all. Other than that, I mean, the obvious Chris Tanev. How could you not want Chris Tanev? He's, in my opinion, at least a top 2 defensive defenseman in the league. It's him or Slavin. I mean, and him with Hughes was incredible. So it's hard to not point out Chris Tanev there.
So I'll bring this up, and I'll be even able to show you too through the video feed. I've created a list here. So this is updated. It doesn't have today's games in it, but Podkolzin is sitting at the top right now, former Canucks, with 6 points in 10 games played. Kuzmenko actually has 6 points in 6 games. But then you can see too Beauvillier, and then you can see Daniel Sprong all the way down here. Also played a single game for the Devils. So both the guys that we were just talking about were in the playoffs. But Podkolzin has been playing amazing, I think. And out of these 6 points, I think like 5 of them are in the last 6 games or something like that. So lately, especially, he's absolutely been on fire. So he's the right choice for you to pick on that one.
Yeah, I mean, I was really upset when we traded him, and I just never saw a reason for that. He didn't have a big contract at all. It was only like, well, it was like nothing. He was making like nothing, and he wasn't gonna have any high contracts down the road. I don't see why they did that. I don't get it.
Now the opposite side of the coin, is there anyone who's a former Canuck on that list who you didn't mind seeing the door hitting them on the butt as they left the team? Is it Daniel Sprong?
Yep. It's not Daniel Sprong.
No.
I think I would have been fine doing the Daniel Sprong experiment a little bit longer, although obviously Podkolzin's a way better fit, and that doesn't make much sense. I cannot stand Oliver Ekman-Larsson, and these playoffs, although he's put up some points, he also has made some very stupid plays, and he did that a lot on Vancouver. And I was so pissed last year that he went to Florida, immediately became pretty good again, and won a cup. Because he was so bad. We're still paying him, too. And he was so bad as a Canuck. So I have been enjoying any time he messes up. I think he single-handedly lost one of the games for Toronto in this series, which kind of got Florida back into it. So though I'm cheering for Toronto, part of me was kind of happy to see that happen.
Yeah.
Other than that, I also hated Nate Schmidt.
Yeah.
I hated him. He was terrible.
I mean, he even in this series, like you have seen him give away the puck in some very awkward places and cause some terrible breaks on the defensive zone. He gets an assist a night, and he does have. I think he has 3 game-winning goals or some nonsense like that. But then I'm pretty sure he's actually caused 3 game-winning goals against his team as well. So
he was going crazy against Tampa for like no reason whatsoever. What? He also has the scariest headshot in the entire league. Like
Yeah.
I'm terrified whenever I Google him.
So I'm sure you're upset that the Vancouver Canucks will be giving a raise to Oliver Ekman-Larsson next year and paying him $4.7 million then.
And imagine what we could do with that money on the forward group. Oh, why did we do that trade? We could have had Dylan Guenther. I'm so sorry, Connor Garland. You're a great player and all. We could have had Dylan Guenther and not be paying Oliver Ekman-Larsson right now.
Every single
all
contract
because Jim Benning
that
didn't
got
want
traded
one
to
more
Arizona
year
was a 1 year.
Jim Benning I can't believe how bad the lasting effects of Jim Benning on this team are. It's been 4 years since he was fired almost. And it's still, our team is in turmoil because of him.
There's some kind of like a terrible synchronicity in the Canucks where Jim Benning brought us Quinn Hughes, but he also created a situation with Oliver Ekman-Larsson where his effect on the team won't be gone until after Quinn Hughes's contract is up. Because we got 2 more years to pay 4.7 to OEL, and that is the last bastion of the terrible things that Benning did to this team, but it's also the last year that Quinn Hughes is under contract.
There's really one shining glimmer star that Jim Benning brought to the team, and it was the drafting. But I'm not even willing to credit him for that. It was all Judd Brackett. It's all Judd Brackett. He brought us the guys that we got from the draft in Jim Benning's time. So yeah, Benning didn't really do anything good at all at any point.
So if you're cheering for Chris Tanev in Toronto right now, if the series keeps on going the way it is tonight, are you moving on to a different team, or what do you do if this trend continues, they get bounced by Florida?
I always hop bandwagons when the Canucks aren't in the playoffs, just because it's fun, it's a fun bit to do. But I always have to bounce to a team that I'm actually cheering for.
Mm-hmm.
Some people like to call me a curse, and I'm not gonna go against some team on purpose just to try to use the curse. Next up is 100% Dallas. I'm a fan of the Stars team. I think they're fun to watch. I'm sorry, Winnipeg Jets fans. But my favorite player in the league right now, who has never been a Canuck, is Mikael Granlund. And I was very happy yesterday, of course. That was a pretty nice hattie he got. But I'd love to see him win. I thought he was great on the Sharks this year. He's been underrated. And I mean, he is a free agent at the end of this year. And the Canucks need a guy in their top 6. Maybe someone with veteran experience. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, Dallas is up next.
Cool. Awesome. Thank you very much, Nucko. I appreciate you joining the show today. Everyone was excited to see you, and we look forward to what you got coming up on Instagram and Pacific Perspective Podcast and Canucks Chronicles.
Thank you for having me. It's always a very fun pleasure to yap my head off. So thanks for having me.
Awesome, dude. Enjoy the rest of the game. We'll talk again.
You too. See ya.
Nothing is perfect.